Hey, this is Sam Black with Grixis Against Command and Control in Modern. A very solid hand on the play that I'm going to keep. And I'm going to lead with the Creeping Tar Pit here, even though it doesn't let me cast Lightning Bolt right now. I'm not really worried about that. Playing against Tron. Maybe not the ideal hand against Tron. Obviously, I'm leaning pretty heavily on Fulminator Mage in this matchup. I think it's better to play a Tarn and represent Mana Leak than play Tar Pit again this turn, although I don't know that my opponent's really going to relevantly play around anything on turn 2. Actually, I think I just play the Tar Pit. Alright, and now we go into a scary turn where my opponent could have Tron and I do not have a counterspell of any kind. Oh. That's not so bad. I could call against command that, but I just don't really care about it. So I'm gonna get a mountain and cycle Electrolyze here. I don't really care about the 2 damage from getting an untapped land, but I don't see any reason that having a mountain is gonna hurt me. That's probably the worst card in my deck. It's a realistic case to be made for just attacking with Tar Pit there, but I don't really like demonstrating that I can't do anything. Assembled Tron next turn. I don't know that this is right, but I'm going to get a Steam Vents and Bolt, Snap, Bolt, and just try to get my opponent dead as soon as I can. Possibly even going so far as to attack with Tar Pit here. Yeah, I think I like that. Ugin. Alright. I think that's not so bad. Snapcaster dead, okay. Get watery. No. Get blood crypt. That's interesting. Do I want to bother disrupting my opponent's mana, or do I just want to attack with Creeping Tar Pit? Or do I just want to pass and command twice and then and then next turn attack with Tar Pit and hope that wins the game? That actually sounds best to me. Skills, yeah, this doesn't interact with Tar Pit. This doesn't interact with Tar Pit. And Wormcoil doesn't interact with Tar Pit, and Karn can't stop Tar Pit because I have two of them. So I think I'm winning. Yeah, sure. Yep. Deal 2 damage and I don't know what can go wrong, but I think I am getting Snapcaster back. No redirect. Now I guess I do 2 damage and I don't think it matters. I guess I'll kill the Wormcoil. Up and attack my opponent. Alright, and that is my deck functioning as a burn deck to beat Tron. Now let's bring in more mana hates. Counter spells, Vendilion Click. Let's get rid of Electrolyze, and you don't kill artifact creatures. You are awful. This is awful. Now I have to decide which of Terminate and Lightning Bolt is worse. I think it's Lightning Bolt. The Terminate is quite bad. Could Spell Skid or Ratchet Bomb, but I don't think they're better. Maybe I have commands to kill Wormcoil engines in addition to a bunch of counter spells. I don't think maybe Terminate's worse than Bolt or Electrolyze. Maybe I just want Electrolyze to cycle, but I'll go Bolt. It lets me do the thing that I did that game that seems like a reasonable thing to be able to do. Alright, I have Fulminator Mage in command, so I can play a reasonable mana denial game. So I'm going to keep and try that out. Again, I'll lead with Tar Pit. opponent found a map. That's good. That's slow. And playing Ghost Quarter is great for me. That means my opponent doesn't have any other Tron lands in hand. I'm going to play Scalding Tarn, planning to crack it to cast Negate, but if my opponent doesn't play something due to using Expedition Map, then I can just hold it. That's not worth negating. By hold it, I mean fetch a tapped land. I guess there's an argument for Thought Scour first in case I draw another Thought Scour, but I also don't really want to. I want to get this out of my deck, so I think it's worth fetching first. And here I'm just going to play Fulminator, and I'm slightly more confident my opponent doesn't have another mine than another power plant. Doesn't really matter, my opponent's going to Expedition Map for whatever I leave alone. No, I can just Fulminator my end step or my opponent's upkeep after my opponent's figured out what to find, although it's going to be tower no matter what because my opponent doesn't have tower. Oh, no! No, that's bad. That's really bad. Ugh. I forgot that I don't have a stop on my end step, so I let my opponent have big mana this turn. And I can't do anything about it now. Alright, well the good news is it's just Wormcoil, and I have all these Gulligan's commands. The bad news is that was horrendous and I'm very stupid. Guess there's no reason to do that now. I don't want to let my opponent have big mana again, so let's kill this. And then my play is going to be command Wormcoil Engine and Fulminator during the opponent's turn. Definitely playing this game unnecessarily on hard mode with that managing my stops error. I usually have a stop on my end step, but turned it off earlier today and forgot about that. Screw it for tower. Let's not let my opponent play tower and get big mana. Just kill this right away, even though it means getting hit by these worms. Should have thought scoured myself to try to find a land. so now I can command back the Fulminator, but I can't stop a turn of big mana here. So I'll just pass and try to counter something. My life total is in danger, so let's return a creature and destroy an artifact. Still go for Fulminator. I can keep doing this. Here's the Snapcaster. Now I have to decide if I want to use Negate or Mana Leak. I think I actually want to use Negate. I'm not very well prepared to deal with another Wormcoil Engine, and I'm going to be keeping my opponent's mana in check. Tower. Oh, and I also have another Negate. Forgot about that. Just gonna take the hit here and then Snapcaster Bolt at end of turn, maybe, depending on what my opponent does. In the case of Thragtusk, I will Mana Leak. That's good, because now I get to Snapcaster Command anyway, which is much better. And another command. In that case, I can just command Fulminator this turn, which is worse because it means that I don't get to have counterspell mana up. Now I have to decide if I want to do this now to avoid taking 3, or do it later to hold up Snapcaster and Mana Leak. And I have to decide if I want to use Culligan's Command or use Snapcaster. Using Culligan's Command lets me hold up Negate. This is complicated. I think I just take 3. So now let's Snap Command. Maybe it's better to hold the Snapcaster in my hand. Alright. Well, yeah. Get Fulminator. Kill Wormcoil, or Worm, no coil. It's possible that I'm at the point where I should be going for Muldrifter since my opponent has duplicates of both of the Tron lands, but I think I just keep fighting. That helps with my plan of continuing to fight the good fight. think I'm just going to run them both out there. And get rid of the ones that I've already killed, which are the mines. That doesn't make any sense to me. What is going on? Boil. I see. That's pretty bad. I wish I had not fetched an island. My opponent's land destruction plan is better than mine. I might be dead. I wish I had thought of that to understand what was going on and know how to deal with that ghost quarter. Having a mountain in play would and another island in my deck would be great. Oh, well, that was a fantastic draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play this thing and start attacking. We have a long way to go, but I'm also very far from using Snapcaster for anything else, so... Perfect. Alright, opponent, what are you holding? A lot of cards to be doing nothing, really. Karn, claim, claim. What were you trying to nature's claim? Okay, we'll keep all of that, I guess. Now we start countering Karns. Mana leak in case my opponent draws a thing where that would be bad for me. What basics or what fetchable lands do I have left? My water grave is gone. Both my steam vents are gone. 1, 2 islands are gone. 3 islands. I'm not actually sure how many islands I was playing. Alright, there are 4 islands in my deck. Just verify. Yeah, there's 1 more island I can find, I believe. Yeah, there's... Okay, great. And the polluted delta that's left has blood crypt. I guess I should get blood crypt rather than island. I definitely don't want to cast Muldrifter. I think I don't want to evoke it. I think I'm just going to negate Karn and then cast Muldrifter. So now I have enough flying to beat Wormcoil, enough different attackers to beat Karn. So Ugin could get rid of my board. Alright, I'm the winner.